Hi everybody, welcome back. We are now in the kitchen of Manavita Center for Wellbeing, and Asher is kindly shooting this YouTube for us. In our previous short video, we visited Prescott's Farmers Market, where we purchased a lot of these wonderful green organic vegetables, and today that's what we're going to talk about. The green is the color indicative for springtime, the wood element, and your liver and your gallbladder. Now, according to traditional Chinese medicine, the world is meant to be a harmonious and holistic entity, where all living beings are viewed in relationship to the surroundings of your environment. So this leads us to eating seasonally. This concept is important, an important principle of healthy eating, because we want to be in harmony with all the natural qi in our own physiological cycles. A diet that harmonizes with the natural qi, the natural energy, enhances your flow of qi in your body and for your organs. Qi is energy or breath. A diet that is not in harmony with nature can produce ill health. So we don't want that. We want to eat, we want to know what we're eating is making us healthy, right? So currently in the spring, we're in the spring. This is the wood element, as I said, and it corresponds with the liver and the gallbladder. We have a previous video all about this. Springtime cuisine should include foods that promote and assist the qi movement in the body upwards and outwards, just like what happens with the tree that we showed you in another video. The energy is moving up, coming out through the branches, reaching to the heavens, and deeply rooting itself into the earth. If you eat foods that impair this yang, this is yang energy. If you eat foods that impair this kind of thing, like heavy fats and dairy, a lot of dairy products, that will slow down your energy, it'll sap your qi, and it'll stop the movement. And without movement, then we've got a lot of problems. So eating seasonally, as I said, is a very important aspect to health. When somebody comes here to Manavita, one of the things I look at when they're staying with me is what kind of food are they eating? And is it in keeping with the season? And the seasons we have is considered a natural diversity. So if we're eating seasonally, we'll be in keeping with the order of things. We want to be in, like, whatever's coming up, whatever's growing now, which are these things, these are the kind of things we should be eating. And of course it varies from region to region, wherever you live. But you know, in our world today, it's like a small world. You can find watermelon in the middle of winter in a cold climate, but you shouldn't be eating watermelon in the winter. Melons are reserved for summertime, and we'll talk about that in our next video. The liver and the gallbladder, just so you know, when they're out of balance, you'll have ligament, joint, and tendon pains. It can be anger, depression. Women can experience more PMS, insomnia, and the inability to make decisions. One of the other characteristics of springtime is the wind, and if you saw our video at the farmer's market, you saw that it was extremely windy. It was hard to take the video. It was sort of gusting around us. That can cause people to be agitated, but we also need the wind, because the wind is what spreads the seeds in the natural way of things in our environment, so that seeds can take root and then grow, and we have new growth. So today, assisting me with showing you all these wonderful vegetables, I'm going to have my granddaughter also help us. Her name is Ariana. Welcome, Ariana. Thanks for coming and helping me today. Did you have anything you want to say?
I am very excited to learn about all these vegetables.
Okay, so we are going to name each vegetable, and I'm going to give a little notation. It's not complete by any means. There's a lot of information in the internet about these vegetables and what they're good for. And if you want a complete list of more vegetables than even these for springtime, you can go to our website, www.manavita.org, and there'll be a list there. I often have recipes there for like green drinks and smoothies and things like that. I also have, we're hoping to have some other videos where we're actually taking something like kale and incorporating it into your diet. A lot of times people don't know how to eat these vegetables because they don't eat them on a regular basis. So we'll be right back, and we'll go from vegetable to vegetable. Okay. Here we are. We're going to start with kale, okay? And Ariana's got a piece of kale here. There's several different kinds of kale. There's just this green curly kind. There's a purple kale. There's an alligator kale. This is what we happen to get at the farmer's market. I like them all. I think they all taste equally good. Kale is very low in calories. There's 33 calories per cup. There's 3 grams of protein in kale. It's very high in protein. 2.5 grams of fiber. Fiber is extremely important. You'll hear me talk about it through this video for your liver. There's vitamin A, C, K. It contains folate for the brain development. It improves blood sugar. And how I fix it is I'll just rip it off the stalk. I don't eat the stalk. You tear it off the stalk. Ariana, tear a piece off the stalk. There you go. You can just tear the pieces off the stalk and you can eat them like that, fresh. Put them in a salad. You can put them in soups. You can cook them. I like to take them off the stalk and put them in a pan. And just a little olive oil and some garlic and crisp it up. And you can also dehydrate it. If you've ever looked in your health food store, dehydrated kale costs a fortune. You don't need to pay that. It's easy. You can do it yourself. Okay, if you want to put that kale back, we're going to move on over here. We're going to go right here to the leeks and the garlic and onions. So these are green onions that she just picked up there. And pick up the green onions. Those are green onions, little scallions. They're a little on the stronger side. Then you've got the leek, which is larger. It's a little bit more mild. That's your leek. And then here, of course, everybody knows what a clove of garlic looks like, or a fresh onion. So these are called allium vegetables that contain allicin, which makes them antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. These vegetables contain camphorol, which boosts human health, is being studied to lower cancer risks, heart disease, and balance blood sugar. You can use these also, again, in soups and salads. You can eat them raw. When I was a little kid, they used to chop up onion and garlic, and we put it in a little sack around our neck. And Italian families felt that that kept you from getting bacteria and viruses. I think it kept people away from you, so it probably helped in that regard too. So next we're going to go over here first to the Swiss chard we've got right here. You want to go over there, Ariana? Asher's going to show the Swiss chard, these big giant leaves. And then if you want to come back over here, Asher, these are beets, red beets, and these are beet tops. Never throw these away. The beet tops are just as good as the beets. You can saute them. They're absolutely delicious. These are colorful vegetables. If you look at a stalk of the kale, of the Swiss chard, you can see the beautiful red color in there. And if I cut open a beet, you'd also see the beautiful color of the red beet. And the colorfulness makes them a great source of vitamin K, A, and C, magnesium, potassium, iron. Again, because they're a leafy green, they're a good source of fiber. They also have B2 and B6 in them. The B vitamins are very good for you. And they have protein. They also have a phytonutrient called betalains, giving them an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory property. Liver, I told you, is joints, ligaments, and tendons. You want those not to be inflamed. Inflammation hurts. So these will help you, and it'll also help your liver detoxify. Next thing is over on the corner is the asparagus. So this is a lovely stalk of fiber. You steam it till it's just crispy and crunchy. You can see I've got it in a glass of water there. That's actually how I store my asparagus in the refrigerator, to keep it fresh, and it'll last longer, and you don't have to eat the whole batch at one time. You can just have the asparagus by the stalks, 2 or 3 stalks at a time. Asparagus is strong in a thing called saponins, which are anti-inflammatory, anti-cancers, improves your blood sugar, and helps control the fats in the blood. It also is considered what they call, you've heard of probiotics, this is called a prebiotic. A prebiotic which is good for your digestion. Next thing is just right in there in the front is mushrooms. All kinds of mushrooms act as potent medicinals. People who study mushrooms are called mycologists. Mushrooms provide a great defense against bacterial invasions in our body. They also have vitamin D, and they improve the immune system, and they can be used to help weight control. Here, you don't need to touch this one, but this is a nice little Italian leaf parsley. It's rich in vitamin C, B12, K, and A. It helps keep the immune system strong. I put it in everything. If I do eat cottage cheese, which isn't often, but I will chop it up and put it in that. But I put it in salads. I put it in soups, and I constantly am eating parsley and cilantro. I don't have the cilantro out here today. But this tonifies the bones, it helps the nervous system, supports the kidneys, and provides folate and iron. Now we're going to go to the lovely, you can stay there, but the beautiful basil plant. I always have basil growing out in my garden. I have it in my kitchen. I use it all the time. Two basic areas of important about basil are the flavonoids and the volatile oils. Basil provides protection at a cellular level, okay? It protects the white blood cells and your chromosomes from radiation and bacteria. So basil, you can put it in anything from eggs. I'm telling you, you put it in a sandwich. You can use it with cheese. You can have basil for all kinds of things. Now we're coming to the sweet potato. It's the greatest source of beta carotene, even beyond carrots, the sweet potato. It raises the blood levels of your vitamin A. It helps with lower the glycemic index. It's not an inflammatory, it's an anti-inflammatory. So it's a wonderful thing to have. I don't eat white potatoes anymore. I just eat these sweet potatoes. Then we have, over here we've got all kinds of lettuces. And there's leaf lettuce. There's spinach in there. These are greens, any kind of greens except for head lettuce. I wouldn't eat head lettuce. It doesn't have much nutritional value. And as I said, the color for the liver is green. So last but not least, what we have here is lemons and limes. And I use Bragg's apple cider vinegar. You can see sort of that gunky stuff at the bottom. That's called the mother. And you want your vinegar to have that. So if you have anything like digestive disorders or you have joint pain, ligament pain, you take the juice of half of a lemon, and then you take 2 caps, just these little black cap, 2 caps of apple cider vinegar to about 6. So use 6 ounces of water. So you've got your lemon or lime juice, apple cider vinegar, and 6 ounces of water, and you drink that. Gets rid of leg cramps, it calms the stomach, acid indigestion. And also, I didn't want to forget, this is ginger. This is a ginger root. You can take that off there. If you use this with turmeric, this is also anti-inflammatory for your ligaments and your tendons. So thanks for looking at all of this with us. If you need help to know how to cook these things, you can call me, you can write me, www.manavita.org. I've got my email address on there. And I also do consultations on Skype or by phone. So I hope that this has been helpful information for you to know how to incorporate these green foods into your springtime diet. And stay tuned for our next video, which will be next week, which will be the end of spring, not quite summer. It's in Chinese medicine. It's called Doyo. You don't want to miss our Doyo video. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ariana, and thank you, Asher.